What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Jay the podcast. I have a very special guest, but before we get into that, first I got to say my thank yous that I always say. Shout out to Poncho for letting me use his studio until I am evicted. This is our second to last recording at this studio. Very bittersweet, but I think it's going to be fire. I think my guest is going to really show out. But yeah, I like to, first of all, let me show you my outfit. I like to give my guests their flowers as a podcaster because I know how hard it be. I know how hard it is to see your vision and chase your dream. So I went to the live show, the Polymath live show a couple weeks ago, and I think I bought this shirt before I even met him, but whatever. Yeah, and it matched my sneakers, so I was like, I need that. So yeah, I have Mr. Spanks here. I'm gonna let you give yourself a nice little introduction.
Spanks. A lot of times, you know, we identify people by their Instagram names nowadays, but County Boy _ Spanks on Instagram.
Period.
Greenburgh, New York. Nothing's Normal host. Steele Hands Boxing coach, owner. It's me.
I'm glad you said that. So,
What's up?
You are a man that does many different things, right? You podcast, you work a 9 to 5, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then you do the boxing thing also?
Yeah.
How did the boxing thing come about?
So the boxing thing came out, I gotta always credit one of the older guys from my community, Kev Egger. I would say around like 2006. I had a past. I used to fight, you know, get into certain things with guys in the neighboring communities, and he was like, yo, I met a guy named Pascal. You always out here fighting. Why don't you join this boxing gym? And yeah, that was 2006, and I kind of stuck with it.
So now you created your own? You have your own?
Yeah, so that came into fruition. I would say I would always give people pointers throughout my journey, but as far as actually taking it serious and making it my actual business, I didn't even come up with that name. I got to shout out, God damn. Yeah, I got to shout him out. Ratchet, another guy from my area, you know, one of the younger guys. He came up with the name, you know, Steele, that's my last name, Steele. And then Hands Boxing, he came up with the whole idea and name for the yeah.
That's fire. It's like a play on words.
Yeah.
So now Nothing's Normal.
Yeah.
I have to,
Yeah.
as a podcaster, I love interviewing other podcasters. It's just crazy. I have to say, I love the structure of your show. I like how when you have people on, the main thing that you always say is, I don't want to start your story in the middle. I want to start from the beginning. Yeah. So I'm going to steal that.
Okay.
And I want to know everything. Like, where are you from? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Who is Spanks outside of Nothing's Normal?
So my name is Leon, too. I'm named after my father.
And you remember when we met at the Polymath show and you was like, I'm not going to tell you my real name?
Yeah.
I found it.
Oh, you did?
On your boxing page.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Go
not,
ahead.
you know, you just got to do your research sometimes.
And
you
did.
know? Yeah, you did that. That was a test to see, you know. So I was named after my pops. My mom and dad met in college. My mom is from up here, Greenburgh, where I was born. So she went to college. Before I was born, I'm kind of jumping around. Before I was born, she met my father in college. She went to Morgan State. Okay. So yeah, she fell in love with the whole landscape of Maryland and all of that kind of stuff. So when she came back, I guess her and my dad stayed in contact. And, 1989, I popped out.
Period.
And then he ended up passing away when I was 5. So I would say he died in 1994. Long distance. I'm in New York. He's in D.C. So I probably had like 4, 5, 6 memories of him tops. So when he passed, a couple years after that, she relocated to Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. And then when I was about 14, I moved back.
Okay.
So
by
my
yourself?
story kind of... No, with my grandfather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my grandpa. So, you know, I was a boy, single parent. I gave her hell. She gave me hell. Before I even moved... So, yeah, basically, I got kicked out type shit. So, before I moved back up here with my grandfather, which is her father, who raised her in the same house I was born in. I went with my father's mother for a little short time, but that didn't last because of my mom didn't want to sign over the rights to my grandmother. She was like, he can't live here, but that's still my son type of deal. Right. So once they found out I had an address, my guardian was in Baltimore, they're like, why are you in, my grandmother lives in PG County. You can't, you have no guardian here legally. Yeah. So the next step was my grandpops. I guess they didn't care about that shit in New York.
Oh, Dad.
They didn't check the paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something that I forget which episode it was, but I've watched a lot at this point. But in one of your episodes, you said that confidence is like cologne. You can smell it on somebody.
Oh, damn, bro. You be...
I did my research. I want to let you know.
Sure.
What gave you the confidence to get behind the camera and share yourself and your story in that way?
Where we from, like, especially even being a boy, with so many different, being around so many different types of alpha, embarrassment is almost every day. You see somebody get embarrassed every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's your turn, sometimes it's their turn. So you get kind of used to that. And where I'm from, like, pretty much everybody, I'm an open book. A lot of people know me already. And secret to my life is just not caring. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It sounds harsh, but like, I don't, what you gonna say?
Do?
Like, yeah,
Right.
then like, we started a lot of trends too in our area too. So it was like, I'm gonna get on camera and do what I do off camera.
I agree.
I get the same kind of reaction off camera when I get to know people and stuff when they speak to me.
I feel you.
It happens. So
Yeah.
that's what it was. Really.
That was part of the reason that I like started my own podcast, because I'm a Taurus, so like I have many different layers to me, but I'm also very funny. I'm smart as fuck, like, and I know how to have an actual conversation. But I'm also, I host this by myself, so if I don't have a guest, it's just me talking my shit and just about my experiences in my day. So you kind of, when you're going into this, you kind of have to have that I don't give a fuck attitude, because it's like at the end of the day, this is my shit, and if you want to listen to it, you listen to it. But if you don't, you don't. There's podcasts for everybody.
Yeah. And then you just watch. You see, once you put yourself out there, you open yourself to public scrutiny. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's more like a blow that I understand. You brace yourself for certain things versus if I don't see something coming, I'm not going to be knocked out cold.
Yeah.
If I see the train, I brace myself and take some of it. I already know what come with it.
Do you read your comments?
Yeah.
I'm like kind of mixed.
I read them. I take it with a grain. I'm like detached from so
Facts.
much. My experiences detach me from so many emotions towards people that I understand, like, my power. Like, so me feeling away is kind of like giving you something.
Facts. I don't even read them shit. Sometimes I do,
I read them, though. It's cool.
I don't know. They cool. I mean, not to say that I get all this hate, because I don't, but half my comments be love, but there'd be them stragglers that come in and be like,
That's how, people do what they supposed to. Everybody was put on this earth for a reason.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You doing what you was made to do.
Yep, facts.
That's
facts.
your role.
Facts. So I know you're a big energy person.
Yeah. Gigantic.
I feel it. What energy do you get from Just Jay? Or me, I guess. Or both, I guess.
Inquisitive. Smart. Overthinker. Like overcritical, I would say, when dealing with self, like overcritical. I just watching you. Anytime somebody move all fast, it's like, relax, like, we good.
Facts.
You know? But
Facts.
Smart, confident, and what's the last word I'm looking for? Curious.
I'm a curious cat, for sure.
Curious.
For sure. We just fucking jumped right in and totally forgot about our game.
Oh, shit,
we're supposed
okay.
to play.
Cool.
Pick a question. We're going to do two each. So you'll go, I'll go, you go, I'll go.
So this is me reading the questions for you?
No, you're reading the question for yourself.
Oh, for myself. Okay.
So this is the icebreaker that I used to do when I like recorded, because I have a home studio.
Yeah.
A lot of my episodes are shot in the home studio. So like if I would have like guests come on, a lot of people from Long Island, I don't know, a lot of people be nervous. I just get behind this mic, I say whatever. But to like ease that tension or that nervousness, I'm like, all right, pick a question, just talk about it. But we clearly didn't need it today, but we're going to do it anyway because I had to bring it back. But go ahead, pick your question.
I'll go first. It's usually ladies first.
Okay, fine, I'll go first. I picked my questions.
Sometimes.
I picked my questions already, so I kind of cheated.
Okay.
Anyway, the first one is, favorite thing about being from or living in New York? Crazy one.
The craziest
You want me to answer first?
Yeah, of course.
There's nobody like us. I don't know. Like, wherever you go and you tell people you're from New York, like, they just look at you different, I feel, or they perceive you differently. Because we have a different energy. Like,
yeah, sure.
I don't know. We fly as fuck. We be on our shit. Like, everybody thinks they're celebrities. I respect that. I think that's dope as fuck. Like you said earlier, I'm Beyonce and I left Kelly. Yeah, that's me. Like, deadass. So I definitely think, like, this is a dope place to just be and just grow up and make your connection. So Yeah, I wouldn't want to be from anywhere else.
Yeah, nah, me neither. Now that I'm older, the ability to adapt, I would say,
Yes.
because if New York, you got to scramble, things change like that. Not
Yep.
saying things don't change anywhere else, but like the cost of living out here is crazy.
Hell yeah.
Not saying it's not. Well, I mean, Westchester is top 3 richest counties in the world. So yeah, New York, you learn how to adapt. You learn how to, like, the stuff people cry about in other states. I'd be like,
What?
that's a splinter to us. Like,
Facts.
that's
I agree.
nothing. So yeah, to me, yeah. And the weather, the seasons, like a lot of people, they can't deal with it. They get a coat in the snow and they go
Right.
crazy. They call
Right.
it the SWAT, like,
Like
state of
when it was
emergency.
snowing down south a couple
They
weeks
went
ago, and they was
crazy.
like, close everything. We like, bro,
Yeah.
what? We was
That's a-
walking in that. What you talking
That's
about?
a fact. That's
Yeah.
a good day for us. Like, so.
Facts.
Yeah, the adaptability. You get strong out here.
Facts. Go ahead, pick your first question.
Oh shoot. Let's see how we coming. Goddamn.
Them shits is kind of whack, so please just
These. Nah, I'm
bear with me.
cool. What breed of dog do you think you'd be? I'm a wolf. I ain't gonna lie.
Period.
So I can't even tell you, like, I can be a dog. Just a dog. I gotta sprinkle some wolf. So I would say half wolf, and then like if I had to make a hybrid or something like that, or merge with a wolf, I would say what would make the most sense, like a husky.
Period.
Yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense. That would make sense. But yeah,
I feel like I've answered that question before on camera. My answer is always a cane corso.
Oh wow, little light skin thing. You want to be a big old cane
Hell
corso?
yeah, I have
Shit.
one, right?
Yeah.
And I just like his demeanor, like I loved everything about it. And I think that's why we clicked, because it was just like, I don't know, I fucked with him. So, and I personally feel like I have that energy.
I was gonna say, like,
I
are you
give that
like,
energy.
yeah, are
like, you know,
yeah.
like I could be sweet, I could be cool, but I could also be a fucking cane corso. If I
Yeah, I
need
can tell when the glasses come off.
Hell yeah.
They get crazy.
to. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let the orange hair fool you.
Yeah, no. I could tell.
Yeah.
Remember I told you. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, what's my next one? What 2 signs created you, and how do you feel about each zodiac? This is a good question, because we zodiac people.
Yeah, I'm big on that. I like
My dad is a Leo, and my mom's an Aries. So
Okay.
they made a Taurus. Okay.
Yeah.
I love Leos. I think they're, I don't know, maybe I'm just biased because I really just always go off my dad. But I don't know, my dad has this real masculine, like, protector, leader, provider energy about him that, like, I'm a daddy's girl too. So again, I'm biased, but I absolutely love Leos. If every Leo I meet could be like my dad, we would be cool. And Aries, my mom's gonna watch this, so I gotta watch what I say, but they cool. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I clash with them a lot.
Hell yeah. When I was growing up, oh my God, it was like we fucking hated each other. But now that I'm growing a little bit, that's my homegirl now. So it's weird. Like, I'm seeing my mom in a different light now that I'm older, because it's like, oh, okay, cool. You, girl, okay, we could have been cool
I
this
get
whole
it now.
time. Yeah, facts. I definitely get it now. What about you?
My mom's a Gemini,
Ooh,
and my pops is a Sag.
okay.
He's a Sag. So, I mean, my son is a Gemini too. And my right hand's Ma, I call her Ma too. Lisa, she's a Gemini. There's a lot of. So, would you want like how I feel about them? As far as they so like I'm a Pisces, so they say like we a mixture, a little bit of everything. So I'm somebody who's big on understanding. Like I get a headache trying to understand things because there's just a million sides to every situation, a lot of different perspectives. So as far as Gemini's, like I deal with everybody accordingly. They cool. You got to know hot and cold. You're gonna definitely depends who you run into. A lot of emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it depends what side you bump into. But you know, if you could deal with that other side, you understand. Once the other side come back around, like. It was worth it.
Yeah.
They cool. Sag is just kind of all over the place. I wouldn't give like a Sag, like whatever's in my safe, I wouldn't put it in a Sag's hands just because of how they move, clumsy, kind of a little quick. Here, there. They wake up, you know. They might wake up on Mars somewhere. Like, oh, I just gave you my car key. I need my car key. Oh, I'm in Jupiter. So Sag is cool. And then, like I said, they made a Pisces, which, like I said, is good and bad.
Facts.
That's good and bad.
So my first talking point was passion versus purpose. I feel like passion is what excites you, and purpose is why you exist.
I agree.
Period. Hello.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think you know your purpose as a man, or are you still searching?
I feel like you always gonna search because they could always be subject to change, depending on, like, while you're in one room, you might discover this, so somebody might seek you for that, and you didn't even know you had those skills or capabilities to do that. And so, I would say, yeah, I'm still searching. I'm still. Wow, damn.
Yeah, it gets real deep over here. Let me know if it's too much.
No, hell no. This is what I. This is good. I would say both. I got a good idea of where to start.
Yeah.
But as a man, I feel like that's a journey, and a journey. I mean, there's no real destination. You just keep going.
I agree.
So I think I'm still searching.
I feel you. I think personally for me, my purpose, and it's been consistent throughout the years, so, which is why I'm sure that this is maybe not my full purpose, but it might be a part of it. I feel like I was put here to connect to others and allow others to find a safe space in me through me sharing my experience and my opinions.
I like that.
So we all know I'm a criminal justice major. So
Oh, that explains, yeah.
yeah, I told you that.
I get it.
I want to be a judge. So,
Oh, shit.
Again, different levels to me. But I think that in me developing myself as a woman, it's allowed me to also pay attention to my passion projects. Like my podcast is totally a passion project to where it's just like, it's adding to how I can achieve that purpose. Do you feel like your podcast is helping you find your footing?
Definitely. Because, like, depending on who you are, that's why when people ask me, like, yo, who are you? That's subject to change depending on who I'm dealing with. I'm not one way with nobody.
Yeah.
I got like a standard, you could call it, but I might tweak it depending on who I'm dealing with. So it's giving people a different outlook on me, because if you don't talk to me or have, and everybody's not getting an intimate conversation out of me personally.
Facts.
Very surface level, yo, what's up? So you might only know me from the club or outside.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's going on
Yeah.
when I'm inside. So yeah, I think so.
And that goes back to what I was telling you before, where it was before we shot, where it was like, because you're a podcaster, people expect you to always have something to say.
Yeah.
Like my homegirls be like, girl, you sit on the couch all day and you talk, you don't got nothing. Yeah. That's me by myself. That's not, this is not that. So like, I think that your passion is for you, your purpose is for others.
Yeah.
So I kind of can say that my passion has led to me furthering and solidifying my purpose. But I definitely think that podcasting is, for me, I just use it as a therapeutic outlet. Whoever want to come on, and that's why when I DM'd you, I was like, oh my God, I hope he says yes. Because I have had people where it's like, oh no, you get too deep, you a mental health guru, you spiritual, you know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, we joke, we laugh, we have a good time, but I do have like conversations because I'm, like you said, I'm curious. I want to know more about you. I want to know why you did the things that you did, throughout your life. So
definitely. I lead through transparency. That's my thing. Like,
facts. I'm such an open book.
And I know a lot of people too. I know a lot of backstories too. So when you realize what really be going on, it's the universe. We human. And I deal with people based upon imperfection. I'm not looking for perfection in people. Like, it don't exist.
Yeah.
You might have perfect parts about you, but everybody got some shit that'll be like, oh, that couldn't be me. Everybody got a you couldn't be me moment. So
Until
when I
it is
know
you.
them too, a lot of y'all, so it's like, I'm gonna put mine out there. Like, the most you could do is say, oh, that couldn't be me, and then I'm gonna lay out your spreadsheet and be
Hell
like,
yeah.
this couldn't be me, this couldn't be me, this.
Exactly.
So it is what it is.
When do you feel the most fulfilled?
Fulfilled, wow. When I'm decompressing.
In your solitude.
In my solitude. I like spending time, I got children and shit, so I like spending time with them too. So that too. I like watching them, and that's always sentimental. But at the same time, when it's just me, because my energy is always, I can't even help it. I feel things and I can't even justify it.
Yeah.
Just by being in the room, like, I pay attention by accident.
Yeah.
So that's when I feel like I get a chance to think like, oh, this happened, I didn't like this, I want to do this, and I create like that.
Yeah. Is there ever a time where you're with your kids and you're like, damn, I really need a fucking moment to catch my breath? No?
Because, like, to me, that shit, they help me out in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Like, they kind of and then parenting is not really a job to me. And I'm not perfect.
Cool.
I'm not about to sit here and say, like, oh, I got all the answers or this, that, and the third. Like, there's areas I could brush up as far as, like, moving around. But other than that, it's not really a job. Like, it's like,
I love that.
I'm spending time with my homies.
I love that. I love that. We'll get back to that. I have more questions about that.
For sure.
So nothing's normal.
Nothing's normal.
What is your goal with that? Who do you want to connect to your show? Or is it just for everybody?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's for everybody as far as, I mean, at this stage, you know, we growing. So when I say for everybody, that don't mean like, you know, they're going to be shouting out nothing's normal at DSS. So, like, yeah, get your nothing's normal, slip here, then go down there and get on the podcast. Nah, but yeah, it's no target. Like, because I got a lot of different range. I know a lot of different people. I can relate to a lot of different people. Like, it's not just one culture or one. So it's really just organic. If we got something to talk about and I think it's relevant or I want to do it or one of the people around me want to do it, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to get out of this box where like people think I'm like a woman's based podcast. And listen, I'm for the girls, but a lot of my male friends listen to my show too. And they all the time, I need more men. I need more men on the couch.
I get that a lot.
And I get it too. It makes sense. I can't give you the male perspective that he could probably give you from this episode. So like, that's why like lately my recording style or how I've been just trying to acquire guests is like, I need some men that are going to sit on this couch and actually get deep with me and talk to me about something. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm happy you're here. This is great.
It's all good. This is regular.
So let's reflect on when Nothing's Normal started to where it is now. What's been the biggest change?
Well, the obvious change is the production. That's obvious. Like, you know, shout out to and then even all that. Shout out to Scarphone. Shout out to all of us though, because even Kurt and Alex, like we all learning on the fly. They coming in. They got cameras. You could shoot. Spielberg could shoot a movie. Denzel could come in there.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know. So, I would definitely say the production. And then just us understanding, like, what we bring to the table, having a better understanding of that. We know, like, we been knew who we was, but now it's like, man, I know who we are, too.
I feel you. I think the production has been something that, like, because honestly, I don't know if I cared about the production in the beginning because of that wasn't, like, my main purpose. Like, I was just trying to get my shit off and just talk about myself. So, like, and like I told you, I record in my house and I do everything myself.
That's crazy.
So it transitioned from that to this. So I walk in and Pancho hooking me up. Okay, have your guest seat here. So I'm like, damn, this is very fucking new. But like, I love it. And like, well, they haven't seen this episode yet. Like, they haven't seen this studio at all yet because all my episodes, I've just been racking them up. So that when
you're about to say, what you guys, you trying to come out like Drake.
Dropping. Hell yeah. Yep. I'm in that mode. Yeah. So I'm just like, I feel you when it comes to like the production being something. And I don't think that my listeners were even paying attention to that at first either. Until you get on social media and then podcasting is starting to become a thing where everybody's really doing it. So it's like, oh shit, like they got real life, cameras and shit. So now I'm on that. Okay. So
you kind of got to. I mean, you came outside, you color coordinated,
Hell yeah.
You did
I mean,
it right.
I had to show off for my guests.
Absolutely. So it's like, I guess it's the same, it's marketing. You want to look nice. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. I'm kind of like, I'm not the fly. I'm just the chill guy. Like, I just want to match.
I feel you. That's me. I feel you.
Yeah.
It's a lot to be fucking whatever.
Yeah, you're a girl. You're a woman, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, and then my hair is orange, so I'm like, damn, can I really pull off green right now? Because then I'm like, I look like a fucking crayon box.
You're cool.
But, whatever.
Cool.
What has podcasting taught you about yourself?
I would say patience. Patience. I would say patience because like I said, I'm an energy person at the core. So there's times where I've recorded with people and like I could feel they kind of all over, like just feeling a certain type of way. Or when they get to a certain topic, they might have some beef, mainly with the street guys. It can get a little, because now you're dealing with alpha man. So listen, I'm chill, man.
Right, bring it back.
You the man.
Yeah.
I'm cooling. I'm interviewing you.
Yeah.
So patience.
Yeah. I think it took me so long to like get out of this like mentality, but my show has definitely taught me that like I don't need other people's validation to be me.
Yeah, hell no.
I think in the beginning I was just like, I wanted everybody to like my show, I wanted everybody to come on it, but it's like some of your biggest fans are going to be people you have no idea who they even are.
I'm not for everybody. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I don't like my shit.
Yeah.
I'm not. I wasn't made. I'm not made for everybody. Some people like Honda. Some people like Tesla. Like I'm more like, my frequency is just nah.
Yeah. What episode are you most proud of?
Oh man, damn.
That's a broad question. I'm very sorry.
That's tough.
Very sorry.
That's tough because I'm proud.
You could say all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say definitely all of them because, all of them played a part. Mm-hmm. I might have different, closer relationships with different guests. I had my bros on there. I had some people close to me on the show.
Yeah.
But every show played a part in the next show.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever had, because like sometimes I watch my episodes back and I'm like, I don't really feel that way no more. Like my
every
mindset
day.
has evolved.
Every day.
Yeah.
I wake up, because feelings you can't control. That's the difference between man and woman. Like, y'all have an abundance of more feelings by law. I'm gonna say that's what they say, by science. But we feel too. You can't control how you feel. You can only control how you react based upon how you feel, or see if there's any relevance to how you feel. Sometimes you might feel ways that don't make sense.
Right.
There's no rationalization. So, all the time. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you think a male host changes the way people perceive a podcast?
I think men, period, we in a very versus type of society right now. So naturally, you don't think a man is going to lead the way. That's what we was taught to be, like back in, I think, the 1700s. The man was supposed to lead. So naturally, when people see when a woman's on there, of course, it stands out. It's like, naturally.
What the fuck she talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or who hurt her, like,
yes.
That type of shit.
You can't even talk about an old story without them being like, damn, who hurt? And, I mean, nobody. I'm just trying to give my experience, talk about what I've been through.
Yeah.
But
we all get hurt.
Exactly. And I think that, I don't know, I feel like that's such a triggering question for me because I feel like
you've been through it.
I've been through it. And it's like, man, please. Anyway.
Don't hurt nobody.
Right. Let me just shut up. How do you balance vulnerability and masculinity when sharing personal stories?
I'm really with, like, if I was acting like a bitch ass nigga, that's just what it is. Like, I'm not one of them people that's just pushing Mr. Perfect and I went through all the same shit I don't like y'all for. Like, sometimes you do that. It's just, you change it or you grow, and that's just what it is. So I really don't have that. I don't really, hey, they and then I know who I am too.
Yeah.
I don't really need them to tell me who I am. They know, that's why they watching me, or
right.
You even making a phone call about what I'm talking about or what I'm doing or anything. Like, you tuned into me. So I really don't have that issue. Like, that's not something that I really struggle with. If it was uncool, I'm gonna tell you, I did that. I ain't like that. That was whack. That was lame. And then that's it.
Have you ever talked about anything on your show that you regretted?
Not really. Sometimes, behind the scenes, you touch certain topics. Mainly, like I said, with it be y'all. Like, other than that, it don't really be about nothing. Like, it be, that type of shit. So, yeah. But nah, hell no.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna keep talking about it.
Who's your dream guest? Like somebody you'd be really nervous to interview.
Nervous is crazy.
Because
I feel like nervous is not that just proves that you're human. Nervousness is necessary. You're supposed to be nervous because that's what's gonna keep you on point. But nervous, I don't know who would make me nervous, because at that point, if I'm building with a lot of the people that I'm a boxing fanatic. So a lot of those dudes, like, I see shit the average person might not see. Like, so if I'm watching an interview, I'm paying attention to like different things. So I'm already know me asking you certain things or my personality is already gonna offend you. So I'm gonna either dumb it down or not give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I would like to interview. Damn, shit. That's a good question. Fuck. I want to sit down with Andre Ward.
Okay.
He's a boxer. Not necessarily that he would make me nervous, but like, I know he'd take it places like everybody can't get to organically. Like, it's a lot of, I just watch him and how he move and his mannerisms, like little details that you can't fake.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact, like, we got some shit to talk. I'm very like fantasy, like the universe. Like, I want to go sit in nature and shit like that. Yeah. So I would like to sit down with him. But nervous, nah, because I don't really, I've been boxers, I done fought. So it's like, shit like that is more nerve. This is just routine. Like, this is Leon.
Conversation.
Like, we talking.
Mine would probably be Matt Barnes. from All the Smoke.
Yeah, I have Matt Barnes.
I love.
Before All the Smoke, he's an NBA player.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck. Yeah. You're right. My bad. Sorry. My bad.
Introduce him right, man.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. I don't know. Like I really really love that podcast, and I feel like he's just so natural with it. And there's just I don't know. And I was watching his wife on Basketball Wives years and years ago, so I have so many things that I would love to talk about with him.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact I'd be nervous as fuck, like shaking in my boots. If your podcast had a theme song, what would it be?
So when it comes to me and music, like I'm like sound more so than the words. So that'll get me in trouble. I listen to songs that's about like cheating and divorce and shit like that because I like the song. So like coming up, and like I don't know if these dudes like what they got going. I was big. I like the song Cheers. Remember Cheers? The show. You're a little bit younger than me, but like. I already know your name. Like,
Yes.
That was my theme. I love that song. Yeah. Something like
probably
that.
Be Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce.
Yeah, see, that's typical.
Typical?
Yeah, hell yeah. That's standard. Like I feel like that's women's podcast 101.
Oh yeah, period. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, when you put it like that, yeah.
Me, myself, and I hell
Yeah.
come on, like Beyonce, that's a given. Rihanna. These are dominant women.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Social media's impact on your mental health. Oh wait, we already talked about it. I was gonna ask you. Are you even worried about being judged for your opinion? No, right?
Nah. Social media blows my shit just because of the people I get in contact with because of it. Like not so much like the social media standard is like unbelievable. Like you gotta almost like how you got your notes and shit, you gotta post. It's a lot that come with that shit.
Yeah.
So that's where to get on my nerves. But it's fine. I told you I don't care about like that type of shit. That's a part of I don't know.
Part of the job.
It's one of my superpowers though.
Yeah.
Not caring.
Yeah.
I don't. It's organic too. You can't. It's not a fake thing. Like I care about shit, but that's just too much. I did too much, good and bad, to be even. I would be consumed. I would perish and just evaporate if I let that type of stuff really overconsume my mental. Okay. I would vanish. I wouldn't be able to be seen. Okay. I'm a whole story. Like it's a lot.
Literally.
Yeah. So I can't be like that.
So I like to, like I was telling you before, I'm trying to tailor Just Jay to like everybody, not just the female audience.
Yeah, don't be selfish.
So, I'm trying to.
Like,
what do you want me to do? Okay, what do you want me to do? Too, I have an episode that I called Safe Space for Men. And, okay, so let's just get into the backstory. So this was like something that the idea I had developed was when I was like 18, 19. Because my cousin had committed suicide when we were 18, right when we had just graduated high school. Sorry, I did not mean to make it dampen the mood.
Things happen. That's more so for you. Like that's hard. That's rough. That's trauma.
Hell yeah. So ever since that has allowed my mind to expand on what I really thought mental health was, or how we should cope with it. And I also feel like on platforms like this, it's important for us to have conversations about mental health and asking each other how our mental health is. So how is your mental health? Let's do a mental health check-in.
It varies. Okay. It's up and down. My day-to-day change. And then my mental health is not just in my hands. So if I care about you, what happens to you could steer my mental health as well. So it's up and down. It's not, you don't feel one way too long. So if it's one of those type of situations, I got like a routine. And by the time I get with myself and really figure it out, I'll be all right. So my mental health is I would say good. But like I said, you got good days and bad days.
Yeah. I think I'm a woman, so...
Yeah, periods. And
I'm much more emotional than the average man. But I have this rule where I give myself 48 hours to cry it out, be sad about it, be mad about it, whatever. And then it's like, okay, now what? What's next?
You strike me as somebody like you would cry if you got an A-, which is a good and a bad thing because at the end of the day, it's standard, right? So who am I? Like that's not that could be traumatic if you really put your all into that and you feel like that's what you were striving for. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, girl, you got a 3-9. Like, good.
Literally. I think that's something that I had to learn over time, especially like in college, because like I am that type of person where like, no, I have to be the best at this shit. I have to, But even my dad, there would be times where I'd come home and be so upset about a fucking 89. He's like, bro, what the fuck? What do you...
That's the man in them too. We don't care about
like,
that.
Bro, what? We don't care about that. So I'm like, okay. It's definitely helped me because it's like, yes, it's okay to always try to meet your standard. But sometimes you putting a lot on yourself to just try to be perfect all the
Yeah,
time.
hell yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
The only person, it's only one God. That's
Yeah.
God's work. I'm not him. Like I'm godly,
Yeah.
but I'm not him. So don't look to me to be him. I'm not gonna have the answers every day. Some days I'm gonna do what I don't want you to do. It's gonna happen. That's me understanding that. It keeps me grounded, and why I'm like, when I say forgiving and like I don't. We all judge because you judge who you want in your personal space. But as far as like, it's not too much I hear that's like, damn, like how you do that. It's like I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Has it always been this easy for you to talk about your mental health?
Hell,
When did that change?
I would have to credit that to my life too, because when you gotta adapt to new situations, I had like 3 major moves, so that alone, yeah, it probably made it tough. So nah, I wasn't always that open to it. Nah, nope. It was tough because I mean, also too, when you boys, we taught certain things young. There's no such thing as mental health. Like you're a boy. This is what it is. Don't worry about it. So I didn't even know what mental health was probably until social media. Nobody even used those words.
Yeah.
Narcissist. These are all social media.
Yeah, buzzwords.
Branded words
Yeah.
like mental health, trauma, therapy. These things like I never paid attention to. But now that I'm older, yeah, nah, hell no, I wasn't this open to speaking about a lot of shit.
So I'm gonna bring up something that you talk about openly on your show.
Sure.
But if it goes too deep, you know what to do.
There's no such thing.
You're right. When you were shot in 2020,
2020.
that was like the pivotal time for a lot of people because that's when, they create in their businesses, they get in their creative bag. And that incident kind of did the opposite, where it was kind of like, no, you got to sit down, you got to heal.
Yeah.
How was that process mentally?
Oh, that was probably the roughest.
Yeah.
Because that's when I was addicted to. I was on perks too. I was on, So that was the roughest period. That was the roughest thing I probably ever been through in my life, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. Like, yeah, that was tough.
Yeah.
Especially 2020. Like, I feel like I would have been right there because around that time, there was guys in my community moving around doing what they was doing. I was right there. So I would have probably found a role had I not had to sit down like that and figure it out. So yeah, that was whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was different. That one almost won. Yeah.
Now, you were shot in California?
In California.
And you came back here? They brought you back here?
So there's no they. So my son's mom came and got me. I went out there with a friend to link up with some friends of mine. Shit, you know how black people do, black people functions. But it's crazy because this function was a little bit of everything. I'm usually good with that. Like, if it's too much of one thing, I'm not going.
Yeah.
But when I see a mixed crowd, it's like, everybody. You don't really have too much time to focus, hone in on one.
Yeah.
So, so I end up going to the last location we went to go chill at. And a friend of mine, he just passed away a few years back. Lil Soda, he was actually a music artist from California.
Oh, wow.
He told us, he's like, yo, bro, right here is not the spot you really want to just, I'm out there, shirt off, liquor, having a good time, Gucci slides out there.
Living
Like, you out here
outside.
modeling, and it's
Yeah.
this 4th of July all through here. So I'm like, all right, cool. Next thing I know, that's all I heard. Boom. So the first thing I did was I FaceTimed my son's mom, like, yo. And it's crazy, like, I got shot and I had to calm her down. Like, we always joke about that shit. Like, I knew I was mentally strong right there and there. Like, you could feel certain things. Then the movies, I ain't gonna lie. You get tips from the movies, stay calm. I never been shot before, ever. So that was new. So, yeah. My mans, I gotta shout them out too. They gonna kill me. My mans Davo and Trash. They's the one who actually took me to the hospital. It was COVID. No ambulances is coming and none of that.
Right.
So they running red lights. They took me to one hospital. Then they had to ship me to another one. So I got to get them they shout outs too. And then she ended up flying over and coming to get me. I was in a wheelchair.
Wow.
Colostomy bag.
Yeah.
Catheters, all kind of shit. That shit was wild.
How long was the process till you were back fully to yourself?
Fully back to myself, years. I went back to work. That happened August 2020. I was back at work January 2021. So I was still on perks, heavy. By that time, I'm a escapist too. I ain't gonna lie. So that shit helped. That was the best. it raised your dopamine level. So
Yeah.
I had me on the moon. That's all I had to look forward to. I'm sitting in the chair. Everybody else, life is still moving. But back to myself, shit, I say like 2022. That's when I got back to myself.
Now, how was the process of letting the perks go?
So with that, a friend of mine, it's this thing called Suboxone. They usually give it out in clinics. It's like a strip, and what it is, it's a lower dosage of the Percocet. Because I was popping, whew, if it's perk 10s I had, I'm popping like 4 or 5 a day.
Wow.
So I'm on like 50 a day.
Yeah.
So with the Suboxone, you cut it in half. I was advised cut it in half. How to do it? It's a strip. You put it under your tongue, and what that does is that weans you off the actual hardcore stuff. But then that's a lower dosage of it, so that's still it.
Yeah.
But it was easier to kick that, and at the time I wasn't working, so marijuana. I substituted marijuana and that, and then before I know it, I was like, all right, I made it. That was the roughest process ever in life.
Yeah. You made it though.
Yeah,
Period.
I did that. Now it's over for that. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm back.
Okay, now see the wheels are turning. Oh my God, that's okay. I love that story.
Yes.
I don't love that story because obviously.
Yeah, I love it too because I had to do it. Who knows what? A lot of people died in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
hell
still
yeah.
here. I know a lot of people got shot, COVID, heart attacks. They don't know, unidentified. They just.
Hell yeah. That was a crazy time. Like
that shit tested my mental.
Yeah.
Now I know I am who I always thought I was.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's stupid, I'm glad I had to find out that way. But now I know, like, it mentally, like, that's why when you ask me all this stuff, it's like, I'm way past that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went through something way worse than that.
Mm-hmm. What's a mental health myth you wish more men would let go of?
That you can't feel anything.
Mm-hmm.
We go through the worst heartbreak. Like, women,
Really?
I don't want to give y'all like too many ideas because like we gotta be mindful of what you, even little seeds you plant around women, because y'all are, and then next thing you know, 2 months later is one of these.
I hate you.
So y'all are really, y'all are more conditioned for internal pain. Y'all carry life. Y'all go through shit internally that a man could never. Mm-hmm. So that's conditioning. So y'all could weather certain storms better than us. So heartbreak is more common for women. Like, it's common.
Yeah.
Men, we're not supposed to be heartbroken. Nah, just go sleep with 10 females. You be over it.
Facts.
And that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That don't work like that.
Mm-hmm. So you're 36, right? What's something you believed in your 20s that you see differently now?
I'm like mixed on marriage. Marriage, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, marriage is in my the way they market marriage is nothing like what it really is, and not in a good and bad way. Because I just feel like marriage, the for better or worse part is the part that the first couple of instructions you get when you get married is the part that it's the for worse part.
Yeah.
It's the for better, everything is, they're doing this and ooh. It's the for worse part that get like ooh. Mm-hmm. That'll cause it. So when I was young, I thought marriage meant happiness, and I know a lot of, people. I know single miserable people and married. So I don't want to. But like, now that I'm older, I understand marriage a little bit more. It's not that everything goes good. It's just I get, because sometimes not quitting is stupidity. So it's a million ways to look at it. Yeah. But yeah, I look at it a lot different.
I feel that. Yeah. I respect it. I think. Like I said, I'm about to be 25, so I'm very fresh in my 20s. But I think for me, like I always had this idea where like, okay, I want to be a mom by 28. I want to have a house by 29. But it's like that putting limits on your goals to reach a certain age is like so limiting. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm 25 and I've done so many different things, it's just like, nah, I'm cool. That happens when it happens, you know?
Yeah, that's how you got to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite decade so far? 20s or your 30s?
Oh, man, my 20s was nice. You got to think all of my 30s, I've been a pops, and that plays a big part in, like, how I move. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, my 20s was nice. I had some good times in my 20s, but, like, I can't really, because my 20s, I was in I like my teens. I ain't going to lie to you. I like my teens was icy.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. You lived many different lives. I love that.
Yeah. I got chapters. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
What chapter would this be called? I mean, what would this chapter be called? Yeah.
Growth.
Period.
This chapter's growth.
Period. So you're a father. right?
Absolutely.
How many?
I got one biologically, and then I raised my stepdaughter. I raised her since she was 1, so she mine too.
Okay. I love that. I love that mentality, period.
Yeah,
We need black fathers. Shout out to you.
for sure.
What's different from your version of fatherhood
Huh.
that you give to your kids than what you received?
Being alive. That's the main thing. After that, that's what helped me with my transparency too, because I how much there's things he do that I did too. I just nobody I didn't. I always tell him this too. I asked. I said, "What's the difference between me and you?" I had a mom too. What didn't I have? A father.
Yeah.
So I feel like with that, I gotta let him know. Yeah, what you doing is not like you weird. You doing age appropriate things that I did. I just got a chance to get away with it because there was no male presence.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
you know.
If your 10-year-old self could see you now, what would he say?
Damn, 10 years old. That he probably he what would he say? Damn. What would he say when I was 10? Because I remember when I was 10 vividly too. I was in Maryland when I was 10 because I was 8. We moved. So 10, looking at me,
You probably think you mad cool.
he would definitely think I'm cool. But I was known for like always having his shirt off and stuff. Like I'm known for that. So the first thing he would probably get a lot of kids, they ask me about my scar and shit. They'd be like, "Oh damn, what the fuck? Are you Brock Lesnar or something like that?" where you get that from? So
Yeah.
that's probably what I would ask.
Okay.
Yeah, like where these scars come from. I was always inquisitive too. Always. That's why this was when people who know me be like, "Are you always was nosy, asking a million questions?" So I would have noticed that like some the other kids probably ain't noticed.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, so now I'm going to get into your business a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, not
For
too
sure.
much.
What's up?
What's the hardest part about dating you?
Consistency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Consistency. Like when it's on, it's on. Like, and then at a time it's gonna shut off, and you might not understand why, and it's not personal.
Yeah.
But like the intensity is gonna be so intense where it's like, damn, there's no way this person could move like this.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, it's very misleading sometimes, and nothing don't be nothing to be like just me. But
Do
yeah,
you
that's
like being like that? Or not even do you like being like that? Because
don't know.
you said that you need that time to yourself to recharge. So you
I
gotta
can't
turn
help
it
it
off.
because
Yeah.
if I don't, then you're gonna start. Like I make a lot of facial expressions. Like you're gonna say I'm a bit. You could just tell. It's like, damn, bro. Like I need to find a charger. Do I like being like that?
Because how does the person get close to you then if there's no...
Because like I said, when it's on, it's on. But then like I don't want it to become relationships. Sometimes start for me become routine.
Yeah.
So it's like you used to speaking to somebody every morning. I might not even want to speak this morning,
Oh
but
yeah, I'm not a morning person, so...
I have to due to the obligation of my relationship and my partner feeling like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't move like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I can't help but to like it because it's me. But I guess if I could choose, nah, because I don't really want to be dependent. You
Yeah.
gotta be able to, yeah,
Maintain your level of independence somehow.
yeah. As far as mentally,
Yeah.
Because now I might not. Some people can't function without whoever
People
it is
around.
that's in their corner.
Yeah.
And now you're making all kind of decisions that
Facts.
just your backbone, your brain, everything is gone.
I agree.
My love for you, I want you to be able to move when I'm not there.
Right.
That's gonna really that's the best way to show me that you love me.
Okay.
So that's the hardest part though, the consistency.
Okay.
For
What's
sure.
something super random that makes someone instantly more attractive to you?
Something random. Cause I'll say like people like to say I got a sense of humor. I say like things I come up with is like, I know they be like, damn, how the fuck you even thinking that? And then it makes somebody want to talk to me more. But like random, damn,
Mine would probably be how you talk about your visions or your dreams.
oh shit, okay.
Or your goals.
Then that. I don't know, because I'm tall, I'm dark, I represent the brown skins pretty well.
Right.
I'm like a handsome, funny looking nigga. You got like funny looking niggas and then you got handsome. I fall in that category, so it's like, it's a lot of, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, what you said.
Period.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's why I said it
You
first. I was
asking
like,
me
let
a
me
lot
just
of
put
shit
that in there.
That's you asking me some good shit like
Yeah.
that handwriting.
I told you. This is
Yeah,
why
'cause
I
I
do
don't-
this, because every time I ask somebody a question, they're like, damn, I would have never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's on the cue card.
Random, especially when you say random and you got the obvious, like,
Yeah.
I'm mine. That's the obvious. I don't know. Random. Shit, yeah. What you said. I'll
Period.
speak about my vision.
Okay. If your exes formed a support group, what would they all agree on? Is it gonna be the inconsistency?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
hell yeah. All of them.
What's the
And it's not
worst
that
sign
many.
you've ever dated? You said it's not that many
I said
exes.
not exes, yeah, no, because
Oh.
I don't
Be dating anybody?
just when I say like in a relationship, I've
Right.
had dealings.
Right.
But as far as like you my girlfriend,
Facts.
yeah, nah, probably like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4 tops. And then you got also too. I moved back up here when I was 14, so I ain't have like we was in 6th grade crushes and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, I feel you.
What would it? What yeah, the inconsistency? What did you just ask me?
Worst sign you've ever dated? But then I can't really ask that question because you already said like you know how to adapt to people.
Yeah, I'm like a little bit of everything, but like the clinginess, like
You're not into it?
I'm into it when I'm into it. If I'm in the
Okay.
mood for that, and it's something selfish, I could say like
Okay.
I could be selfish sometimes with that. It's not on purpose though.
Yeah.
It's just some people will get dependent on that level of intensity because it's real too though. I really be feeling like that for that moment, and if we work together forever, but then like tomorrow, I might just go to the bathroom and get back in the bed, and that's it. Like, oh, did it? Oh, I need a second. Like, so yeah. I can. I don't know the worst sign. I would say like, cause like Sages, I had some situations with them just because like part of me like I like to be exclusive, and I feel like the indecisiveness of a Sag sometimes kind of have you on that little string, and I don't like that.
Hell
That's
yeah.
gonna make me fall all the way
Hell
back.
yeah. When you say you like to be exclusive, like you post your girlfriends on Instagram, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, nah, but I'm not big on that because I'm giving y'all a lot of like my personal
told
ways
you.
that I don't really. We got this room right. Say yeah, where you live at, your house. Do you have a safe at all?
Mm-hmm.
You got a safe. What do you usually keep in your safe?
Money, personal things.
Valuables.
Yeah, facts.
I feel like the safe is not on social media.
That's facts.
What's on social media? Not saying everybody I post on social media I don't care about, but like I just feel like you leave a lot. There's a lot of people, the people who will support you, and I feel like over showing your girl, you giving other people ideas and
Access
just
that they don't need.
too much. And then with me and my I call it flightiness, but me just being so hot and cold sometimes with how I feel, you leave too much room for amusement
Yeah.
and attention. Y'all are like slaves of attention. So you might not always get the attention you're looking for. For me, now I done posted you 17,000 times, and now, you know, the reactions, you might heart it. It might start there, and then it leads to an emoji, and now it's a whole conversation, all within the gaps of when I'm just decompressing. I'm not dishonoring you or nothing. I'm just not talking to you
Yeah.
in the capacity that you're looking for.
Okay.
So, yeah, you gonna know, but it's like that's not something that's a routine. I don't like doing that a lot.
Are you a jealous person?
Naturally, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. You are.
Naturally,
man.
yeah. But I know how to. If I can't justify how I'm feeling, then I'm not gonna react. I'm gonna keep it to myself. But like naturally, you see some shit and be like, "Oh damn, I don't like that," or like, "Wow, that's natural." But like, I always make sure it's justified because that's something that I don't like. That's not an emotion that's cool. But naturally, yeah, you go through that. But I don't act on it though
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
Hell no.
What's something you still need to work on as far as being the person you want to be in relationships outside of your hot and cold
relationships?
demeanor?
I don't know.
As far as like communication, because I feel like we all think we're great communicators until we're put in a situation where it's like,
Absolutely.
okay, maybe I could work on that more.
I could work on. Wow, damn. There's a lot. I'm trying to think what would be the most valuable thing I would want to work on as far as the elevation of me as a man.
For me,
Not being so
go ahead.
selfish with my time, because I do take a lot of decompression time, like, and probably an abnormal amount. Like after this, it's over. I'm gonna talk to my kids. Yo, what's up? Boo. You might see me on the media real quick, posting some shit, but
After that, it's
it might be quiet.
I
'Cause I had a
feel you.
long day today. Like,
Yeah.
so it might be over. So sometimes you rob your loved ones of your presence and of whatever they love you for, being giving it to just me.
Okay.
I be doing that a lot.
So now, when you are in your like moments of isolation, or is it isolation? Is it technically
Nah, it's
isolation?
never, because when you got kids, you can't 100% isolate.
True.
So that's impossible. But it's
Yeah.
get adult contact limited.
Okay.
Unlimited.
Okay. Got it. That was all my cue cards.
Yeah,
Do you have any questions for me?
Shit.
I know you wanted to play passenger, but you know.
Yeah, I like passage. This was cool. Like I just had my seatbelt on. Actually,
Wasn't a bumpy ride, right?
It was cool, smooth.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. We would have to. You're gonna have to come on my show, and then I ask
Okay,
you the rest
that's
of the
where I
questions.
was going with this.
Yeah.
Cool, got it.
We're gonna
Okay,
save
bet.
that for nothing.
All right, bet.
We're gonna see you soon.
Bet. Okay.
Yeah.
How can people get in your gym for a boxing lesson?
You could DM me at Steele Hands Boxing, Steele. I know my name already.
Do you specifically work with kids, or is it open?
Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Period.
So people will see. I have clients who requested not to be recorded.
Oh, okay.
So I got a lot of that. So you only see like the same faces on there, but like, yeah, nah. Like that's where I was at before. Of course, I went and did my grown up stuff. But before that, that's where I was at since like 8:30. I was in there all day.
This morning.
So just DM me, reach out to me, and we make it happen.
Okay. Period.
For sure.
Where can the audience find you? What's coming up next for Nothing's Normal?
So Nothing's Normal. We just dropped. We back dropping. I ain't gonna say took no time off, but now as far as guest wise, I'm just making it make sense guest wise. So sometimes that'll cause it, because right now I could say we're a guest based show. So I'm kind of trying to pivot more into not just being a guest based show.
Right.
So y'all gonna see a little bit more of me, and I'm gonna just start breaking down just different topics and different things, whatever I deem relevant for that day. We got a lot of surprise guests coming too.
Okay.
They itching. So you're gonna see some people that, get millions of views on YouTube. But none of that stuff really matters to me. Like I learn when I'm even talking to you, like I learn different things. Like I don't be in it for that, like the names and all that. And
right, yeah.
Yeah, right now we trying to run into the bag.
Yeah, facts.
That's what we trying to do. We trying to run into the bag.
I feel that.
It's getting closer. I can
you can smell it. Yep.
Yeah, I smell
Facts.
it. I see it.
Me
It's
too.
around.
It's okay. I'll meet you at the top. It's
I see
gonna be
you.
great.
Oh yeah.
Are you opposed to taking like podcast breaks? Like to where?
Nah, hell no.
No. Okay.
Opposed to it, nah, because like I said, I gotta be right. Even though when you're a professional, sometimes you find ways around it. Like this times I did some of my best interviews, and it was like chaotic.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
So that might be that breath of fresh air. So because it's therapy for me too, though. So honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not yet though. Right now it's not break time.
I feel you.
Chill, don't pay the bills. We got to turn up. We own everything. We out here. We in Portchester. There was another place I could have been, but it was like, nah, it's too. I'm burning myself out. I wanted to do this, so this was cool.
All right, bet.
But yeah, Nothing's Normal. Eventually, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really got an end game for it yet. Right now, we still in the beginning stages. Like I think just hit 2 years this year.
Oh, did you? Wow, that's fire. I just made 3.
Oh shit! Congratulations.
Thank you.
You graduate a year before me.
Facts.
So that's really it. I couldn't really say that. Like what? Yeah, nah. We still in the beginning, and I don't really have a structure. People be thinking like, with the guests I've gotten, like it was just this big process. Like, nah, everything be happening. I'm Spank. So if I speak on something the way I know how to speak on shit, it's gonna get attention, and it might make somebody say, shout out to Yonkers. Actually, I gotta give a lot of shout out to the town too, but I gotta shout Yonkers out because they let me document. They didn't let me, but I documented a lot of they underground stuff they got going on, which got a lot of other big names to want to tell their story. So I always got to shout them out. And shout out to God. Shout out to everybody that blessed the platform.
Facts.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Just Jay.
Thank you. Hopefully you'll see me on Nothing's Normal.
That's a little aggressive, Just Jay. You definitely going to... Just because you was a part of a group, and now it's like, I'm Just Jay now.
No, it was always
like,
Just Jay.
You can't sit with us.
No, it was always Just Jay.
All right, cool.
Man.
All right, cool. So, yeah.
Not yet.
That's what's up.
Hopefully I'll be on Nothing's Normal very soon.
Definitely.
But yeah, this was a great episode. I'm excited. I got that male perspective that I was looking for, so thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe on YouTube, all platforms. You know the drill. Peace out.
Deuces. Change.